Okay, welcome into this video. Just a quick one today from the webcam over top of this monitor that I have here. Ingenious little thing. Putting in a wood stove, so I haven't had a lot of time to plan a video. Actually, this is just 12 hours ahead of time. Just going to do it just like that. Anyways, one shot, one take. We can do this. One interesting lesson. By the way, just, typical YouTube thing, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, yada yada. Anyways, let's talk about this pattern that I just played. It's basically, one of the two kinds of Latins that I've been asked to play. Like if you get on a contract and you get charts put in front of you and something says Latin. Oftentimes what you'll see is some sort of sticking pattern as a suggestion over top of that, whether it's a straight 16th or in cut time, it's eighth notes. And then there's oftentimes some indication of what sort of bass you're to apply. And it's either the one that's like a straight bass, like what we know as samba or bossa nova. There's a quick example of those in case we don't really know what we're talking about. Bossa nova more commonly. That kind of vibe. Or when they say samba, it's always samba in quotation marks. You just have to remember to play the bass straight and accent 2 and 4 with a floor tom and or the bass drum. And then there's some sort of when you're playing in an ensemble, you're the only drummer playing in something that's supposed to be a samba school. You can play you don't have to play like a strict partito alto part, which is the part that you're supposed to play. You can play anything that kind of sounds like the music as long as it has some of the melody in it. Anyways, typical samba. All that stuff. And if you're in a show band, usually the verse is going to be bossa nova-ish, and then the chorus, when they're making it all happen, is going to be some variation on what we're calling a bossa nova. Big quotation marks there because there's a whole lot of different instruments that go into it. I'm certainly not a Brazilian drummer. I don't have the feel of that, but nor are many other show band drummers. Anyways, the bass that we're talking about here is like the other bass. It's the syncopated bass. Oftentimes in what do you call this, like a songo, although they typically leave off the first note. You know what I mean? That sort of vibe. Or something called baião, although I'm sure, because I don't speak Portuguese, I'm not saying that quite right, but you know what I mean. It's the syncopated bass, that boom, 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 boom. All right, so that hi-hat pattern is really what I want to talk about today. And I discovered that when I was screwing around with some sticking patterns, trying to improve my ability to solo over that sort of baião bass drum pattern, that bass, actually the foot ostinato. I found that right, left, right, right, like a right-hand paradiddle, over and over again, when you bring out the left hand on the hi-hat, makes that nice, an amalgamate of shakers, shakerays, kashishis, those sort of things, and helps you to perform with a little bit more authenticity on drum set these sort of ethnic or so-called ethnic or world rhythms. And so the sticking pattern that's making that happen obviously is just this. If I demonstrate it, that sort of thing. Now we put that obviously over the foot ostinato that I'll write out here now. It sounds like this. Now we take that sticking, we play it over that just to get warmed up. We'll play it just on the snare drum at first, right? Don't need to worry about how it makes the hi-hat do that thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, kind of messed that up. Gonna leave it in. Promised you a one take in the beginning, right? One take. Anyway, right, left, right, 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 not three rights and then the left. Anyways, just so there's no confusion, right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, right. All right. Now then, this interesting little bit of magic happens when we put the hands over here on the hi-hat. You don't even really have to try. I guess I drop the left hand a little bit and catch the shoulder when the hi-hat's open. But when you play the hi-hat on all the upbeats, like you just saw, when you play the foot ostinato, the way it is on the bass drum, you play that the hi-hat on the upbeats. In that pattern, it makes that nice quick on the first 16th note, of every beat. Not the downbeat, but the first 16th note. It's kind of nice. So let's go from playing it on the snare drum to play it on the hi-hat. And I'll do it right the first time this time. And there you go. A little faster. And then even a little faster. And once you get your hands moving in that way, it's like so many other things. It's almost like the jazz ride cymbal pattern, ding, da, ding, da, ding, da, ding, da, ding. You're going to start vibing on that chop that you already have from playing your ride cymbal. You're going to have it's just gonna flow. You know what I mean? There's other stuff that you do. It's just like it. It's kind of easy once you get the basic coordination of it together. If you haven't encountered this pattern, it's kind of easy to put together. And you probably, if you're checking out this video about how to play this, you probably already know like a Songo pattern, and you're looking for something else to do that's the quieter version of that. Because the Songo is pretty wide open. You have a cowbell, you have the snare drum going. I mean, I think the first pattern I learned as a Songo, they were using the rims of the drums, and that's a little bit more subdued. I guess that can be a verse version of the chorus, which is like the wide open song go, which is what most people play. Just so you know, in case you haven't heard this or uh, studied Afro-Cuban rhythms for drum set, great book. But it's really busy still. And even the hi-hat is pretty busy, but it's like quieter and it doesn't sound as syncopated, it doesn't sound as angular and stop and start as the rim version of the song go. So when you're playing Latin on on it says that on a chart, and it's indicated to you that you are going to be playing the syncopated bass version of so-called Latin. You can then think about the parts of the song and say, okay, well, I have something I can use for the verse, this kind of quiet thing here. Even if you don't lift the left foot, you can just keep this sticking pattern going, and it sounds a little bit more it sounds a little bit more like the verse version of the Songo chorus. Anyways, I'm going to play a little bit like that. I'm going to stop rambling on. You get the idea. It's a neat pattern that you can, a neat way that you can use right, left, right, right sticking pattern and come up with a solution for so-called Latin with a syncopated bass. Just remember, like, subscribe, hit the little bell, yada, yada, yada. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. And tomorrow I go back to installing a wood furnace. But for now, a little bit of Latin.